pass.
All right, people. I think a lot more people will like these handicap games because they are a little bit more even, and it does actually afford the other side a lot more chance of winning against me than if we just play regular games, right? So I think people will really like watching that more, and like people like picking off the mistakes. Obviously, I think people. So obviously, this isn't like a handicap 9 game. Like, obviously, this is not a handicap 9 game. Like it would be regular because I really kind of suck at playing handicap games, unfortunately. So I'm not as good as taking advantage of people in higher handicap games just through like regular plays. This is the right way to play this. It's traditional way. This is like an even type of. That's not the right move generally. Um, so I'm gonna just. Usually, I think like in an even game, I would probably play E13, or possibly even just play like C10 or something. That's definitely not the right choice. I'm definitely gonna do that. I'll do this first, then go down here. That's also like you generally don't do that. Yeah, you just generally don't do that. I'm just gonna let that go. I think. I'll do this actually. It's really tempting for me to do this, but I really shouldn't. There's not that much territory here, so I'm just going to connect anyways. Plus, I always can play O18 if I get really desperate, so I'm just going to connect this. And take the Sente here. Okay, or he can do that, I guess. But this is definitely a loss for him. I'm going to actually solidify these 3 stones a little bit. Not much, but a little bit. But that does have its consequences, unfortunately. And I would say he came out of this early game um, fairly unscathed. I would have definitely played R4 here. That's not too bad. I would have definitely played R4 myself, though. Nah, that's worth it. Actually, I probably shouldn't have done that. I probably should have just not. Probably should have just ignored it. He's building up a really good. Oh, this you're definitely gonna do this on. That's a really bad move. You can't kill this. You can't actually kill this in here. Since you can't actually kill this in here, you basically just gave up your top influence that you were building. It's also not a very good move. Overall, like white's definitely going to do something like this. and then go down and do something like this generally, if you do something like this. And this is generally not a good outcome for black. Yeah, that's just, you're just wasting, you're really just wasting moves here. And you're giving me more moves to kill the influence. That's not good at all. You want to avoid, you want to avoid plays like this generally because it cuts out your ability to play something like 08 in the future. So essentially what's happened here, he's given me the corner. He's actually given me the corner here. I'm just gonna do this. He's given me the corner here, and he hasn't actually gotten anything out of it. Because like he did build this influence out here, but he kind of just, it kind of like died once I did this, you know. I'm just gonna go ahead and do this for one because I don't want him to straight up block. So the thing is, he's not really securing that much territory. Of course, at this point, black is still ahead. You definitely want to draw this one out. At this point, black is still ahead because he's got a lot over here. But slowly, he is definitely losing his advantage. Actually, no, this is dead. Oh, he shouldn't have done that. I would have definitely I would most definitely have done something like this to kill white at this point. That's not good for him. The thing about playing this way is that the thing about playing this way is that you don't really have he's not building any territory off me right now. He's got a lot of influence, which he can use to get territory, but he's not building a lot of territory off me at this point. Like here, the mission's been accomplished because I deprived his corner of territory. So I've got this corner, this corner, this corner. White doesn't have very much territory, but truth is, black doesn't really have any territory either. So when you're playing handicap games, you just need to reduce his territory. And then if you reduce his territory enough, eventually he's going to lose. Should I even answer that? It's not that much. I think I'm just going to do this. This is not that much territory. This is like a couple of points here. And just solidifying down here is a lot more important. This group is generally not in jeopardy. Okay. You might try to break this up. You would definitely cut at this point. You would not do this. You would cut. Because doing that essentially negates the entire point of the move in front. I do have to essentially make sure this is try to make sure this is alive. This group already has eyes up here. So I'm not really that afraid of that. Actually, like, I think if I was playing an even game, I'm not sure if I could actually make this thing alive. But here, I'm almost sure I can make this thing alive. He is developing this territory, though. He is really developing that territory, which obviously is good for him. I think I just lived this group. That's not going to be a good move, because that gives me Sente, I believe. Does it? It doesn't really give me Sente, but it sort of does. So I'm just going to... well, obviously, I'm going to invade here. No, actually, that's bad. I'm just going to do this. Do that first. Oh, there's a problem with this, actually. There's definitely a big problem with this. There's definitely a really big problem with this. Yeah, he played right. Ooh, where is a big problem with this? Yeah, that's the problem. But the thing is, I was going to lose if I didn't do that.
Challenge received.
Okay, I'm probably going to lose this game because this particular thing does not work well for me. I don't think I can get 2 out here. That's not a good move. Generally, there's very little way you would actually be able to make. There's actually very little way you would actually be able to make eyes here. That move's unnecessary. This actually kills this group. It's just a matter of, like, does he know how to kill this group?
Challenge received.
I said I'm not very good at playing handicap games, so there's definitely that. It's not good. You did play that right. took that. I needed to do that. So that actually work. Not sure if it actually does. These three can actually be sacrificed if need be. Like all of this can be sacrificed if I can kill this. Okay, he's playing that. I don't think he has enough liberties here. I can just block this way. Oh no, I can't. He can actually just... So I have to do this? But I think this is just making it harder for him. He does not have enough liberties to fight me in there. And yeah, this is definitely the wrong move for him. This is like the exact wrong moves that he's going to make. I've just killed this, more or less. And he does not have the... I don't think he has the liberties to fight me here. Does he? He might, actually. Okay, if I just do this... I think he's dead if I just do this. Yeah, because if we can't disconnect... Remember, these three can be sacrificed. So
Yomi.
if I do this, I don't think he can do anything. Because he doesn't have any eyes here. Oh no, this isn't dead. He's still got this. Never mind. That doesn't really help him. This, I think I can just do this almost. Because he doesn't have any eyes there.
Ten, 9, 8, 7.
You know, I'm going to take the risk and just do this. I don't think he has enough liberties. I have way too many. It doesn't really matter here. I'm just going to connect, actually. Wait, hang on, that's probably a bad idea. Remember, this is all dead. And he has 4 liberties, which I do not think is enough. So I ended up killing both of those, and that's how I won. But this game was lost a while ago.
10.
I feel like if I do this, he's just dead. I still have 1 down there, which he can't really do. And there's a double ko here, which I'm not going to... I mean, the thing about this is, like, I'm alive if I do this, right? So as long as I make the eye here, he's going to be dead.
You have won.
So this was obviously a big mistake at the end by him. He definitely had this game won up until he made the mistakes here. And the crazy fight I did here was just kind of a desperation move that worked. But so handicap 4. This is good. This generally you don't need to do. Just go ahead and get one of the corners. This isn't that big. I'm not going to move here right now. You could also do this. Here I would probably just go ahead and do this. Then you can double Hane on the... If you Hane here, I would probably just take the stone. But you can actually secure the bottom. Like this if you want the complete structure. But I think, like, for me, 2 stones in the beginning is worth more. So, but yeah, generally with this, you just black gets Sente and just does this. So this gives me an extra move. I'm going to do that. Usually I would do this. This is the correct move, by the way. Usually I would just do this. I went ahead and went in the corner just to see how he would actually respond. This is not the right move. If you want to Atari this, you Atari this way. Gives me the connect. I probably shouldn't have connected. I probably should have just jumped out. Because if I jump out, he has to spend an extra move solidifying this, and then, like, you know, that gives me another move to jump out. So that's much better for white than black. So I shouldn't have connected, but down here, like I said, you generally don't do this because if you do this, it takes away all the transformations. Otherwise, you could possibly do something like that. But obviously, like, if you make a move here, otherwise, like, yeah, like this, you can block like this because white doesn't really have much of a choice except to come out. But since you do that, that takes all the opportunity of that out. I was thinking about going here, actually, but I don't think this actually works well for black. And obviously, you still have the opportunity to do that. So that might have been the better move. Or, like, possibly you just ignore black at this point. So I connected. He does that. I'm going to go ahead and do that because I wanted to just protect these 3 a little bit. So remember, like, black is still ahead by 40 points here. So he's still got a really, really big lead. This is definitely not good. I mean, I guess it's okay. I could have just, like, but I could have just not answered this as well. So I went ahead and did that. This is definitely, like, losing points for black. Like, when white does something like that, you just ignore him and solidify more territory. Because this is basically just solidifying my bottom, more or less. That's an awful move. You definitely have to... you have to connect this. That's how that's how it should be played. Yes, I get points on the bottom, but you have a lot of influence here. Because this stone's very important. It's not just like 1 point. Remember, this down here is already alive. This down here is already alive. So you can't kill this group here. And if you let me take that stone, it negates all the influence that you've built through all these stones. So in that one move, he basically negated all the territory. He basically negated all the territory all the influence that he actually built here. Because now I'm pretty strong. I don't think I have to do this. I didn't really calculate this out right, but I don't think I have to do this. I could have just ignored him, which I should have done. So like white technically should have like basically either done something like that, or just come up or something, you know. Spend an extra move. That's a pretty bad move. Obviously, I'm going to do that. I'm going to go ahead and do that. That's not useful. Because you're basically, like, this isn't very many points. You gain like 3 points here, and I was able to do this. Realistically, I shouldn't have done that. I should have still, like, just extended out or something. Because if he does this, I can just kind of do this, and this is fine. There's not many points here. That, I'm going to go ahead and do this, because I don't want him to play C11. I'm not dead if he plays C11, but I don't want him to play C11. It's fine. That might be a little premature. I think I would have done better if I just went out like this. Because like I always underestimate the influence that like these stones have. You can actually make quite a lot of territory like this. But I decided to come out like that. Double Hane. That's a mistake. You definitely extend out this way. Yes, I know that there's this move, but this move isn't like... I mean, you can just do this. It's not really that big of a thing. Right? Like, I get, like, this one stone here. It's not that big of a deal. The influence here is a lot more important. So, like, when you're answering this, you have to, like, think about, is this stone more... Is the P18 stone more important, or is the K17 stone more important? P18, I take this stone. I get this one stone. I can't do anything else. Whereas K17, I connect home. I get a lot of territory, and it disrupts your territory. So, obviously... that's going to be better. Also, I played this wrong. I definitely should have played this. Definitely should have played that. I just wasn't watching. Because if I played that, if I played this, when he does this, I could have just come up this way. So yeah, I played that wrong. Does that over the top. I'm going to do this first. This I actually screwed up on because this black doesn't have to answer. Remember, he still has this down here, so if I was black, maybe something like that, or even, you know, you'd play this first and then come here and see what white does about, like, this influence or something like that, or just play that first and then take the territory down here. One of those two. Because, like, you know, if, like, let's say you play here, I play here, white does this. I don't think black really has to answer that. I mean, you can just play, you know, solidify your corner or something. Because as long as you're alive, you're fine. So because you have a way to be alive here, this does not need to be answered. So the correct way to do this is this. But I might actually be, if I was black, I might actually try this. However... it might give some trouble, but I actually think white's dead here. I'm pretty sure white's actually dead here. So I actually played this wrong. I should have done this and played the ko. Obviously, letting me live, not a great idea. That was a mistake by me. There's not that much territory, so... this, like, something like this is probably the right move. Maybe, like, I would even do something like this first. Well, no, because then that doesn't really work. Because this doesn't really work. So I wouldn't be able to do that. But yeah, I would probably do this. At this point, like, this breakout's not that bad. Although, like, it'd still be pretty painful. So I guess... here, I mean, the thing is, I don't even really have to do that. I can honestly just play like this. I honestly can just play this right now. Or something like that. To disrupt the influence here. So that's probably what I should have done, because I always underestimate that kind of influence. This is a bad move because there's just not much territory here. And I'm basically trying to disrupt 10 points here, so it's not a good move for me. I guess this is bigger than I thought, because this actually, so P6 might actually be pretty big, because if black plays it, it gets rid of all the problems here, I guess. So if I were playing, I would definitely cut this. Remember, like white's group here is, I mean, you're actually putting white in a pretty tight spot here, even if you just take this. I guess, no, I guess that wouldn't work, but play this down here, you come out. I mean, even if you do this, like, so if he gets the 2, this is actually really, really hard to, even if you do that, this is actually really, really hard for him to actually live down here, though, is the problem. I actually don't, I mean, if you do that, I don't know how white actually lives down here. Yeah, it's actually pretty hard for him to actually live down here. No, you wouldn't do that. Yeah. I mean, white can poke around and cause some problems, but overall, it's very, very, it's kind of hard to live down there. So, like, I feel like I feel like the best move is here is probably to cut. Here, you let me connect. You let me connect, and you can still attack these 2 groups, but there are still weaknesses here. So this group, I think, is, like, if you do this, this group is pretty much dead. You can break this one down here, and if you just do this, if you just kind of, like, attack, I don't think there's a way that, I mean, oh, no, that doesn't work, I guess. But you can kind of, like, do this, I guess. There's really not much I can do. So I feel like that group is just dead down there, and he didn't really know how to kill. I think this, like, if you just do this, it's very hard for this group to live. It's very hard for this group to live as well. I think this group is actually still dead. So I kind of have to do this because, well, this group might be alive. I kind of have to, but this group is very, very sketchy. I kind of have to do this because I can't let you, like, get all the points here. Get them all the points here. So I don't know, because you always have this move. So I'm always, like, kind of weary about that. Maybe something like that, or try to live, but it's very hard to live here. Like, black's, like, thickness is all around. I'm not exactly sure. You have to find some way to disrupt this territory. If you don't disrupt this territory, black's going to win. Yeah, that's just not good enough. Like, this is too much territory here. Okay, so there's some move. It's like black plus 8.1, but I'm not exactly sure what move this is. I mean, even this, there's just not that much. So black getting that territory is completely unacceptable. Yeah, but you still have this issue. Yeah, I don't really see where the actual move is here. I guess, like, I wouldn't be behind by that much. I mean, I would definitely be behind, but I decided to move out. He does that. I have to connect. I'm going to do this first, then do that. I have to connect. This is generally a bad move. You don't do that. You just kind of do that. There's really no way that white can actually make eyes there. That's how that sequence should actually play out. There's no reason to guard down here because this is basic. This is alive, and there's no threat down here. So your sole focus should actually just be to kill white's eye space, and that would basically seal the game. Your weaknesses are going to be over here if I'm going to take any advantage, not down there. This doesn't really even need to be answered. I think that's fine. I would try to pull something like this, but there's very little to actually pull off. Actually, no, you have to actually connect this, but even so, like, there's just no eye space here. Even so, there's like no eye space here. I mean, the main goal is to protect your own stones right here while denying me eye space. I think this is the right move. I just don't think I just don't see anything possible for me to do this, for me to do here. Yeah, I don't think there's anything I can actually do here. There's nothing I can do here. That's just dead. Like, my goal is just to trick him into making a mistake later on here. And this is going to be the right move. I was hoping he would actually do that. That's like, you know, I was hoping, you know, kind of something like this and then just letting me through. But didn't go for that. He does that, which is the right move. I'm going to connect. And right now, I feel like you just can do this or just connect here. I would probably do something like this, but here's the thing, like, even if I manage to somehow live up here, which I'm not sure if it's possible or not, like, even if I somehow manage to live up here, let's just say I live up here, like, this group is now dead, and this group is probably dead as well. So yeah, so there's, like, the thing is, like, the thing in this game is, like, it doesn't matter. As long as I lose, you will win as long as you kill any of my groups, any of these three groups. So even if you let this one live, which is a dicey proposition, obviously, if this group dies down here, you win. If that group dies over there, you win. So there's a lot of different ways you can actually win this game. The only way I can win is if none of these groups dies. And I think this is just like getting into more trouble than it's worth because there's not two eye spaces up here. Like, I think you're losing sight of what's important in this game. The important thing in this game is to, like, kill any of these three groups, not just particularly that one. So I'm gonna go up here. And I know that, like, if I don't get some kind of advantages here, if I don't get any kind of advantages here, like, and I let you take this, I'm gonna lose. So I'm working up to, I'm basically blocking this weakness here in order to get ready to try to kill, like, one of these groups, because I have to do that. Yeah, that's by far the best move. That's by far the best move. Because I mean, like, I can do something like this, but it's just not going to work. Because now this doesn't work at all. I can't really do anything about that. So I would still be way behind on points because you killed this. So yeah, like, the reason I did this, the reason I connected this is to actually ensure there's, like, Aji over here. He does that. He does try to connect, but this could possibly be Sente at this point. You could probably do this. The thing is, like, I feel like I don't know. If you do that and then you just do this, I don't know if I can win this. And the thing is, I don't know if I could kill you. I don't really know if I could kill you. I guess I could there. I mean, it's kind of complicated when you get down here, but the reason I did this move is just to kill this eye, but I kind of forgot that you had an eye over here as well. So I connect, I'm going to come over here, Yeah, this is always a move that you can do. This is always a move that you can do to strengthen out your liberties here. In this kind of shape. Like in this kind of shape, you can always do this, and you can strengthen out your liberties like this. Disconnect. Remember, this group is still alive because you do have this down here. This is just making it a lot worse. Now you need to do this. Now you actually need to do this in order to live. And like at this point, you've essentially just lost. So the thing is, like, this fight, like, there was very little way I should... In this fight, there's very little way I should actually win this fight. I want to say hi. In this fight, there's very little way I should actually win this fight, but it was just a lot of mistakes. But, you know, like, in the beginning, mistakes, you know, like, there's small mistakes in the beginning, like, basically extending this when you didn't have to. This move was a pretty big mistake, P16, because you generally don't do those moves because you kind of like lend yourself out of options. You can just block over here. And of course, like a huge mistake here, letting me take this stone. Remember, if you can't kill this corner, you can't let me take that stone. So that's where that game went bad for him. I am going to play another game.
Game started.
So I hope he's still here. Because if he's not here and I have to wait for another game, that actually might not be so good. But if he's not here, I will wait for another game.
Pass.
So I actually like to do this way of handicap. And I like to do this way of handicap because he can actually choose what handicap he wants. Like if he wants one corner secured,
pass.
If he wants one corner secured and then like another stone, he can have that. That's the Moyo thing. And that's okay. It's the same result. I actually like D17 might have been better than this, but same result. Just going to go ahead and ignore that for right now to pull off as many centes as possible here. All these Josekis are fine. All of these Josekis are perfectly fine. I'm going to leave that for later. This isn't worth too much right now. You would either double approach right now, or you would secure this corner. Of course, I would secure this corner, but this is better. That one stone's not worth very much. Technically, I should probably just play Q18, but when he did that, I'm just going to go with this for right now. Double approach. It's a tough one, actually. I think I'm just going to go with a traditional. I could have played E3 as well in this circumstance. Playing Q18 here is always fine, because I have to connect this. This is actually not what I would do with this one. Although I could just do this, I guess. Because I don't want to give up the points on that side. I don't think this is a great way of playing it. Probably should have just taken the influence on this side. Because I gave up a lot of points down here. Yeah, it's the right move. Well, I'm going to do this first, regardless. Let me play this. Since that's taken, I'm obviously going to Hane up. I should probably done that first. It's actually kind of a crappy situation for me. I think I should do this first. I don't think this is good, but I actually don't think this is a good move. But I have to generate some kind of play. I think that's the wrong way to Atari. That was most definitely the wrong way to Atari. That probably wasn't good, though. I think that was also the wrong choice. Definitely, I think H17 was better here. Okay, I can't do that. Oh, that's fine. I can do that, I can do that. Yeah, this is not great for me. I mean, it's okay, I guess. Not horrible. Still got a bit of territory here. Do I can just come out here, right? No, I'm gonna connect. I mean, this doesn't fix his actual problem. It's not fix his actual problem. Why, though? That's horrible because I can just play here. The whole point of that was to basically cover me so I only get these 3 stones and you have the outside influence. But now you're not getting either one. So that is a huge mistake right there. It's actually a massive mistake by him right there. The thing is, like, if he just went over top, had me connect, and then played the rest of this, like captured these two, it wouldn't have been that bad. It would not be that bad for him. It wouldn't actually be that bad for him if he just did that. I can just do this, but then if he actually kills this, yeah, I'm just going to do this actually. Because then it really doesn't matter what he does. I'm going to try to kill these four as well. Remember, he can't cut me because I can just kill those two. If he's willing to give me these four, I'm okay with that. I'll take those easily. And if he's not, yeah, you can't do that. I don't think there's, I mean, he can try to attack my group out here, but he's kind of like giving me this as well, almost. I think it's better for me just to do this. Okay, yeah, that's a gote, so that's pretty bad. Let's do this first. That's going to be pretty big because I want to make this group live. So if I can get this cornerstone, it kind of negates his thickness a little bit. If I get this cornerstone, it does negate his thickness a little bit. Because I'm alive and he can't threaten me anymore. Yeah. Also, I think connecting's better. Let's come out this way. There's no eye down here, by the way. I just didn't want him getting that. I actually thought about just kind of like, there's no way I can surround this with one move is the problem. There's no way I can surround this with one move yet. If I could, I probably would have just killed it. That's a lot of points, man. That's a lot of points. That's unnecessary. I was not going to try to come out there. So that being said, I think I am going to try to surround this. I think he can live down here because like J18 is always Sente for him. or even K18 Sente for him. Don't think that's a good move. I think that just killed this. And I think he forgot about this because I can just go down here. And now this is dead. It's a lot of points. That's really not that many points. I still don't think I'm ahead here, but there's a possibility there. I don't really have any weak groups besides this one here. And I can make do with that. So let's see what he does with this. I don't think that's a good move, but let's see what he does with it. If he lets me retreat back and get this territory, then I'm going to be good. Or that's fine. Okay, I don't necessarily have to answer it the way he wants me to. Even if I get this and he gets like the solid wall right here, it's not too bad for him. So this is actually not a good invasion. That is not what you wanted to do. That's not what he wanted to do. Yes, he can get this stone, but this is alive. Also, forcing is not a good idea here. Actually, that was probably the right move, but I mean, like, I don't know how effective it's actually going to be. Forcing is, I just don't, I don't agree with that. No, you definitely wanted to extend and not do that because now I have this. That doesn't work. It's probably the best move. The ladder doesn't really work here. I think the correct thing to do is try to attack these two pieces at once because this group is not that strong. Yep, it's the correct move. But I'm not going to deal with that right now. I'm going to actually jump this at this point. So remember, I can't pull that out yet. Remember, I'm still active over here. So there's still like, there is actually still an eye over here. At this point, he does need to kill one of these two groups. If he doesn't kill one of these two groups, he doesn't win. Because he lost too many points down. He actually, he lost too many points down here to win without killing one of these two groups. Do this first, he has to answer. Actually, that might not have been a good idea. Interesting. He chooses to attack that group. Okay. Obviously setting up for this move. Not really that scary to me. Mission accomplished. Although, maybe not. What? That was kind of pointless. Now he has to watch out. Pulling out this could endanger this down here as well. So this group is out of danger because I don't think you can do this. I mean, he can try this. I'll connect. Then I can just come out here. and he'd be in a lot of trouble. But this has actually made this very, very thick. That's not worth it. And you would actually go this way anyways. That's not worth anything. I'm just going to get this safely back. I probably should have played over here first, honestly. But I'm going to get this safely back. There's not too many points here, and there's very little way that he can actually get enough points to win at this point. This is a lot of points that he lost here. The thing is, like, once you lose out on killing this, you have to attempt to kill this. And that starts with basically coming down here and not letting me go back. That's fine. I'll just do this first. Just take a little bit of advantage first of this stuff. I'm just wanting to get small advantages here. I'm not actually wanting to do anything else. Oh, that's fine. Yeah, that's fine. This is actually much bigger than any of this stuff. Those are good moves, by the ways. Those are ones I have to... What the heck is... Oh. Yeah, but that's a little late. I'm just going to connect this and he can't do anything. It's a little late for that. That's fairly large, but it's not going to change anything. I don't think this will actually turn into anything. We'll see. Oh, wait. I made a mistake. Whatever. It's fine. Might as well do that first. That one I don't quite understand. I think I'm just gonna do this though. Sorry. I think he's looking at that. I don't think that would work. Why would you do that? But now you got two problems now. Like you, yeah, this is already dead. And you have to fix this. This is bigger. You can't do this. Yeah, I think I'm good. He has to answer this. It's not a very hard answer. Just do this. That'll work too. Switch back a little bit. I mean, the back snap doesn't work. Both of them are going to get taken. I don't need to answer that one. Oh wait, that doesn't really matter, I guess. Oh no, he should block. He should definitely. What's that for? That's a really bad move because this makes this... I think you forgot about something. You can't do that. You better fix... Oh, no, that's a lot. I can't kill it. This has a couple of points in it. Oh yeah, he can go down. I forgot about that. Oh no, he can't. It's fine. It's a lot of points down here. There's no... I don't think there's any need to answer that, so I'm going to just here. So this is okay right now, but if I had Border Liberties down here, he'd be in a lot of trouble because I can't extend down since if he cuts here, like since this is connected, it doesn't really matter. But this is fine. But that's a bad move because now he's Gote instead of Sente. He lost one move right there. Those are the things you really have to be careful for if you want to get better. Because now he has to answer me. Like the thing is before he could just go here and I would connect and it would be his turn. But now it's my turn after he fixes that, and he does actually have to fix this, by the ways. So that's not a thing because this is all connected and this is all connected. So I'm just going to come down. And the thing is, like, this group is actually in danger. So if he actually Atari's this, I'm just going to go ahead and do this. He does not need to do that because if I go here, he can just play D1. He does need to answer that, which I will just go here now. Probably had to do this as well. Well, I eventually have to, so yeah, it's fine. It's a lot of endgame mistakes. Those are little things that you just need to practice reading. Once you get a little better, you won't make those mistakes. But a lot of little endgame
You have
mistakes.
won.
All right, so let's actually go back and review this game. Let's actually go back and review this game now. This game is definitely worth reviewing. So it's handicap 3. That's fine. I personally prefer something like this, but it's perfectly fine to do this. That's fine. This is fine too. You're just building influence. That's unnecessary. You would just go ahead and double approach. Either you double approach, or preferably, like for me, I would probably do this. This is unnecessary. There's not too many points here. I mean, like people like one continuous territory, but if you really look at it, there's not too many points down there. There's like 10 points down there. So I'm going to take the approach, do this, come up here, and then go here. This is always Sente, so I would probably just, if I was black, I would just do that right away. Or I might save that for a ko later. But either way, yeah. Double approach is fine. I think I screwed up here. I think I probably should have just done this. But then he can go this way, so yeah. Because he does have that stone there. So yeah, I probably did this right. I think this is the right move, because if he did this, I would have probably like attacked the stone or something. I probably would have played that myself as well. That I don't think is actually worth that much. I might be a little wrong about this, but yeah. If he cuts here, I can just do this. It's fine. Yeah, so if you're wondering about this, it's dead. I basically did that to ensure that he can't threaten this group. So this is not a good move. I probably should have just ignored this and played here or something, or possibly played like here. There's not that much. There's actually like, because you know, if I just do this, he plays this. I'm gonna go ahead and maybe play something like this. If he comes down, I'm gonna play something else that's much bigger. So you know, like it's not worth his stones to do that. There's very little territory over here. So because this group's not actually dead, because this group is already live, because of that, like this holds very little. This actually holds very little value here, in the beginning at least. So this was a mistake by me. I'm gonna come up, obviously. It's okay. I personally would not have done that. I probably would have just done this and see what white does with these two, because letting me do that doesn't always feel good. Yeah, so if you're going to attack me, I think this is probably the way to do it. Yeah. Yeah, this would definitely get you in a little bit of trouble. I don't know if you can do that. You might, because if you do that, I can... this is pretty complicated. Because this ladder doesn't work, it's actually really complicated here. So I don't think it's good for black. So I think if you Atari, this is not a good cut for me, by the way. This is like a pretty bad cut. If you want an Atari, you would definitely Atari this way, I would guess, because it actually reduces the amount of liberties I have. This is an extra liberty for you to Atari. See, like you just lost about 7 points doing that. This is an extra liberty for you to Atari this way. So I think Ataring the other way is better, because I have an extra liberty now. So here I would definitely continue attacking from up here. You might be looking at this, but I don't think I can actually do this. That's troublesome, because you can just do that. I would definitely keep on attacking from up here. So this isn't necessarily good for me, but you would definitely do something like definitely do that and attack these two. You have a lot of influence, and really killing these 3 stones and letting you get all this influence isn't worth it for me. I don't really know what the point of that was, but that's a huge mistake, letting me come out here. Because the whole point of this was to wrap me in and get the influence, and letting me come here basically destroys all that. So that's a huge mistake. I can't do that because then if he does this, he can force me. So I have to go out this way. This is bad because obviously like you don't want to trade this. This is horrible. Like basically like through this sequence, through this sequence, Black basically lost all the advantages he had on those 3 stones that were given to him in the beginning. And you don't do this. You don't do this because you had a bunch of uses here. You had actually a bunch of uses here. Like if you had a bunch of uses here, like you could actually play this Sente. And obviously this scenario for Black is much better than this scenario for Black. Because I can still come out here. And later he actually used a stone to fix this. So yeah, like this move is bad. Like if you want to crutch in, you would use this. And the thing is, like, these 5 stones can be sacrificed in a ko because these 5 stones aren't worth very much. Since like this is already dead, everything's connected, everything's alive, these 5 stones aren't worth very much at all. So doing this, obviously, that loses you a lot of points because you miss the Sente here. And it's Gote for him because he wants to control the stone here. Also, like, he wants to control the stone here. So it's Gote for him. So that's now like White's actually a little bit ahead because White got all the territory here. I'm going to go here first. I don't know if this is worth it, honestly. Realistically, I would have just played here. I would have definitely just played there. Just to get like these stones out. That's pretty big. Then I'm going to do this because this is actually fairly big. Remember, this group doesn't have any eyes, and that would just ensure that this group survives, so you can't take advantage of this group anymore. So that's actually fairly big. So that's why I did that first. After doing that, I'm going to do this. This is always like, you can always kind of attack this group like this. I don't think it's going to be that successful right now, but you can always kind of attack a group like that. That is not worth it right now. This, you can still come out this way. If nothing else, you can actually if nothing else, you can survive that way. And remember, you can always do this. Like this, it's not that hard to get out of this, I don't think. If you're gonna go down, you could just go this way. I can't do this because remember, this is Sente. And I don't know if I can actually kill that. I don't think I can. I mean, I might be able to, but no, it's... Yeah, I don't know if I can kill that, actually, so we'll see. So you would definitely just go down straight. Going here, letting me get the upper, and then... That's obviously very bad. That just seals this off. That's okay. If you're going to do that, might as well go ahead and do that, because I'm going to connect most likely. Here, that's a bad move for White. There's a plethora of things you can do. I mean, just doing this would give me a lot of trouble, honestly. That's probably the best move you can do, R8. Because, I mean, this group is actually involved, right? So this group is actually going to be involved, so I don't really want to... Yeah, this group is actually involved, so I don't really want to... Yeah, this group is involved, so there's really very little way I can fix this because this obviously screws me. So this is actually, in context, this is a very bad move right now. You can't do that though. You have to do this. So the other thing about this, obviously this is a huge mistake, but the other thing about this is you should, at this point, you should definitely just, go with this and maybe do this, because look at all the thickness you actually got. And you know with that thickness, you can actually get points over here, no matter what I do. Like, you know, no matter what I do. Or even like if you don't want to do this, like you can just come up this way or something. Or I would still get this because this is actually pretty big. But there's very little way I can just disrupt this entire thing. So you're going to get points within this. You're going to get points in here because you have so much thickness. All I got was a couple of points here, but the influence here is just worth more. So you have to weigh points against influence. That's part of the reason why this is a bad invasion. I could have also, I mean, I guess I could have done this, but then like this would be easier to attack. So this is actually okay. I think this is a mistake though, going out this way. This, like I said, this you definitely want to extend. This puts a lot more pressure on this than if you do this. I might have been better off doing this, but still. Gonna run this out. So you attack both these groups simultaneously. This, I feel like you would do this. Or even you do this. That's like the whole point of doing that was to prevent you from doing this. Because now this doesn't really work anymore. Or like even this, like now this doesn't work anymore. So as soon as I got a response, that was mission accomplished. So it should have been this. This response should have been this because that doesn't fix this. So that was the whole point of doing that move. Now I can jump out. That's not a good move. Here, you would, if you want to do anything, you would definitely do this. Though, you would definitely do that, though. Like, I'm still not completely alive. I don't think you could actually kill me here. Yeah, I don't think you can actually kill me here, because there's problems if you do a lot. Like, there's a lot of problems if you do this. Like, if you do this, I can just come this way and live, and you still have to fix this here. So you can't kill me now. So, like, that's why this move is bad. But this is really, really horrible because you just let me get out, and there's a lot of problems in here now, too. I was kind of looking at this, but this doesn't work, so it's kind of, it doesn't really matter because that doesn't work. Okay, so this is not that big. It doesn't threaten me anything. So you would definitely do this. You have to try to kill this now in order to win. It's hard, but you have to try to kill that now. Letting me actually get this basically seals the game because you're too far behind in points. Since you lost all of that, you're too far behind points. So you have to look at, like, here you just have to look at the state of the game. You're like, and count your own points. Like, okay, am I winning or am I losing? If you're winning, you don't have to kill this. If you're winning, yeah, maybe do something like this. Although, like, this is just going to be a lot bigger. But if you look at the state of the game right now, you're like, okay, I'm losing. What can I do? Oh, if I kill this, I probably win. So you would definitely do something like that. Prevent me from going back. This is pretty hard to kill because you're kind of weak up here. But the thing is, like, you would definitely do something like that. I don't exactly know how you would kill this, by the ways. Because it is actually quite hard to kill that right now. But the thing is, like, the moment you did that, the game was over because now that you're not going to kill either of my groups, I'm up by 30 points. Game's over. So that is the review for today. Just like knowing the state of the game, definitely a lot of mistakes made over here, both by me and him. and a lot of mistakes made during the fighting. So this was actually a very interesting fighting game. I hope you enjoyed this stream. Like and subscribe. Hit that bell notifications button. I will be back next time, and hopefully we'll play some more handicap games. I enjoy these handicap games. They are more challenging for me to play, and I think there is a lot of teaching opportunity. So I'll see you guys later.